Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for another episode of Transfer Talk, and boy, we got some juicy stories to talk about today. Before we get into that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you are new to the channel. If you're watching on Twitter, come join us on YouTube. Get involved in the comments. We read most comments out as long as they're obviously not PG, you can swear, but just don't be weird. Just don't be weird. But get involved in the community. Get involved in all of that. Let's go to some of your comments whilst we're here. Big up now. Arsenal need more of the signings they made to do better. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. Jack Grealish still going City. I beg to differ. Apparently there's been a difference. Maybe a change of heart. Haaland not going Chelsea. That is true. That is true. DC saying we've got Jackie Grealish. Come here, Jack. DC, oh no, the title was not clickbait. I can assure you of that. Big up now. Thank you, Jay. Man, you need to sign a new midfielder now. I would agree with that. I would agree with that completely. And I've just realised I forgot to put the hashtags in the Twitter video, so I'm clever. Oh well, shit happens. But what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking Jack Grealish, of course, and the potential staying at Villa. Talks are advanced with City, but it doesn't appear that is going to happen. Apparently, Jack Grealish having a change of heart. We're also talking Kieran Trippier and Manchester United. Kieran Trippier really wanting the move now, and that may push a bit of the valuation down a bit. We're also obviously talking Erling Haaland, and apparently the fact that the Chelsea deal is off. That is off, apparently. But we're also going to talk about Erling Haaland potentially going to Manchester United. Now, that won't be this summer. That would be next summer. And I'll give you I'll be giving my reasons on why I think that is the most stupidest thing I've ever seen Manchester United do. And they have seen, I've seen them do a lot of crap. And obviously, lastly, we're talking about Granit Xhaka, who has signed a new deal at the Emirates. All that talk of him leaving, well, apparently that's now all bullshit because he is apparently staying at Arsenal. But let's start with Jack Grealish. Obviously, let's start with Jack Grealish. Niall is going to be mad. Grealish staying, Spencer Long making the thumbnail with the sponsors. Well, sponsors can be used on various other things. But yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. Not that bad. That's not true. He wants to move. Jack Grealish said he wants to play with KDB. Well, mate, a lot of people want to play a KDB, but sometimes in life that it just doesn't happen. And maybe he has been turned. Maybe that love for Villa, maybe that love he's getting from the fans, maybe that's just turned his head. And Russell signed Darting. What have you signed? I mean, Haaland has signed absolutely fucking nothing. But Jack Grealish. What do we know? Well, Romano has tweeted. So let's start with the Romano tweet before we go to a tier 2 journalist. So it is fairly high up, not tier 1 though. So Manchester City is still in talks with Aston Villa for Jack Grealish. Negotiations ongoing with all parties involved, not done yet. This week will be key to reach an agreement, or Jack will consider Aston Villa's new contract proposal with an increased salary. which, I think that we all knew that anyway. Obviously, Grealish, he's been at Villa for so long. I think people underestimate that some players don't do it for the love, don't do it for the money. Of course, winning trophies, everyone would love to win a trophy. I'd love to see Argyle win the Champions League final and go fucking unbeaten and win the quadruple. But sometimes you have to temper your expectations. But also sometimes you have to think with your heart and not your head. Now, the great analogy is if I was if I was fit and I was a famous footballer with the skills and the ability of Jack Grealish, and I'd been playing for Plymouth Argyle and we were in the Premier League, and we could push for Europe, we could push for Europa League, which for our club would be incredible, incredibly big. Would I pick Plymouth Argyle over potentially sitting there and going to City, winning trophies? Yeah, that's all nice, but would it mean more to win something with Villa? Would it mean more to win a League Cup with Villa than win the Premier League with City? Your boyhood club, the club you've spent all your life at. Would it mean more winning a League Cup or an FA Cup at Aston Villa and lifting it, being the captain and putting that cup into your hands and lifting that up with your team, with your fans? Would that mean more than, yes, winning the league with City, winning an FA Cup or a League Cup or getting Champions League football? Would it mean more winning something with your boyhood club? I can tell you that if I was Jack Grealish and I was at Plymouth Argyle and we could do that, I'm staying at Argyle, because my love for that club absolutely trumps anything that Manchester City can offer me. And I'm not saying City are a bad club. They're absolutely not. They're clearly becoming serial winners. They know how to win trophies. But if I am being honest, in my heart of hearts, I stay at Argyle and I lift it with Argyle. And I become an Argyle legend. Obviously, that's never going to happen because I'm a bit chunky. You never know. I could always try and become a football manager, but again, probably not going to happen. I'd probably smack a player in the face by half time. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I think it will mean more for him to do it with Villa. Now, what has the Tier 2 journalist said? Well, the Tier 2 journalist has said Aston Villa star Jack Grealish is returning to Villa Park and rejecting a bid to move to Manchester City after re-upping his contract. Chooses an opportunity, a legendary status over a clear path to silverware. That is what they're saying. Now, that would be, I think, for all Villa fans, that would be heaven. I think that would be Jack Grealish signing a new deal and not leaving. That's almost as big as getting a new signing. That's almost as big as bringing in Buendia or Leon Bailey or them combined. Because Jack Grealish offers so much. I mean, go check out their win percentage. Their win percentage without Jack Grealish is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. It's non-existent. I think they win 25% of games that Jack Grealish has not played. So when he's not played, they've only won 25 of them games. When he has played, I think it's near on 60, 75%. It's absolutely incredible. The stats, they don't lie. The stats suggest that Jack Grealish is vital to Aston Villa. Not that we needed telling, because you can just see it. Jack Grealish makes Villa tick. But also, Villa make Jack Grealish tick. Now, you can sit there and say, well, no, they don't. Grealish does all the work. Why is Grealish so good at Villa? Because he's free. He's given that free role. He's given that role to express himself, to do what he wants to do what he thinks is best for him and the team. He ain't getting that at City. Not a fucking chance. KDB has that role. And Grealish is a great player, but he's not better than fucking KDB. So you're not taking the free role from De Bruyne, and you're going to be rotating a lot more. I mean, what's to say that you're even going to get the game time you acquire? What's to even say that you're going to be as good as you are at Villa, because you're not going to have that free role? That's De Bruyne's. Grealish ain't taking that. Pep has a very, very strict way of playing. They know their roles. They don't differ from the roles. And there's a lot of competition at City. There isn't at Villa. Simply isn't. Grealish is first name on team sheet. So I think we do have to bear that in mind as well. I meant Xhaka. Yeah, I mean, it's just comedy. It is just comedy. I don't even know what to say to Arsenal fans anymore. I think I feel pity for them now. I think I pity Arsenal fans now. If you are an Arsenal fan, I pity you. I do. I really do, because your club is fucked. Your club is done. Your club is finished. Remember, guys, Fabrizio always waits till absolutely sure to confirm rumours. Who cares, mate? Just listen to what Nizio? Fabrizio? Nizio? Romano. No, Romano. We'll just call myself Romano. Had to say instead. I can see Man City getting Jack Grealish and Kane. I don't. I see them getting Kane, not Grealish. At Villa, he can become a legend. Breaking news: Kane's put in transfer request. I say, in fact, quite old news. That is quite old news. At City, he's just an Urga player. This is true. No, you've just bought Sancho. Let's keep it realistic, Mustafa. You've just bought in Sancho. Thoughts on Chelsea signing Daniel Sturridge on deadline day? Well, I mean, firstly, that gives me a great time to plug what we're doing on deadline day. So on deadline day, we are going to have 8 hours of coverage for you. 8 hours, possibly even more than that. We are going to be covering the entire deadline day. So that's what we're going to do. Well, not that entire deadline day. Jesus, I'll die. Probably from 3 o'clock. So we'll probably do from 3 till 7, then 7:30 till 11:30. All the coverage of that important time. If you're bored of mainstream media and you're bored of the complete garbage they track out every single day, and you want someone who, frankly, doesn't really give a shit what people think, or give a shit on how he comes across. If you want a bit of banter as well, if you want someone who's a bit light-hearted, this is the place to be. 8 hours of deadline day coverage and a break for me to go get lunch or dinner, whatever we're going to call it at that time. But make sure you do tune into that. It's going to be a great one. And the best bit is the link is going to be in the chat. So if you want to come on, if there's some news that we haven't covered or mainstream haven't covered, then perfect place to come and share your news and get involved. When he hasn't played Villa 19%, yeah, it's mad. Fabrizio just tweeted about Lukaku. Has he? I'm back. What's happened? No, I'll repeat it for DC. Right. So DC, basically, according to a tier 2 journalist, Aston Villa star Jack Grealish is returning to Villa Park and rejecting a bid to move to Manchester City after re-upping his contract. Chooses an opportunity at legendary status over a clear path to silverware. That is what has been said. Now, someone has just said Romano's tweeted about Lukaku. If this is true, this could be interesting. But back to what Russ said. If you sign Daniel Sturridge, fucking done. You're fucked. Chelsea are preparing a new bid. Yeah. He's gone. Yep, you're getting Lukaku. Congratulations, Chelsea fans. I need to go get that thumbnail sorted at some point soon. I do expect that to happen fairly soon. Then it does appear that Haaland is off. Stories. Okay, sorry, my multitasking is absolutely unbelievable. It is shocking, but let's move on. Jack Grealish looks like he's staying at Aston Villa. Now, Trippier. This is from Muppeteers, so very credible, genuinely know their shit, also verified on Twitter. So, they have to be fairly good to get verification on Twitter, and they haven't shithoused their way. They haven't put I'm Jadon Sancho, and Twitter's dumb enough to actually accept that. So, Kieran Trippier, I'm told the player is really wanting the move and may need to push a bit. United have a maximum fee proposed, down to Atletico to make a decision while we work on Dalot out. Fee offered won't be raised further over 20 million euros total. Ball is in Atletico's court. So what United have done, and you have to say what United have done is very smart. They're not negotiating. What United have done is they've slapped the fee on the table and said, this is what we'll give you. It's down to you. We're not sitting at the table. We're not negotiating. You can get fucked. We want Trippier. This is what you can have. Now, Atletico at the moment don't want to accept that. They want United to come and sit at the table. They want to fleece United for as much as possible. United are sat there like, not a fucking chance. We're too busy. I don't know if you've seen, but we bought in Varane. We bought in Sancho. We're very busy. We need to remove Lingard out of this place. We need to go get another midfielder. We need to sell Dalot. We need to get Williams out on loan. We need to look at a home for Matic and Mattel. We need to find a retirement home for them. We're a very busy club. You can sit there, look at our offer, and the more you look at it, the more you're going to want to do it, because you're not going to get that offer again. I don't think in a year's time, when he's got 1 year left on his deal, no one is offering you that. No one's even offering you over 20 million euros. You're not going to get that. So you have to sort of, if you're Atletico Madrid, you have to sort of think about that. You have to think, because they're also financially fucked as well, as are most Spanish clubs. It's why, the Super League was so vital for them. So Atletico Madrid are they're gonna mull over that offer. They're gonna sit there and they're gonna be like, fuck, it's not great, but we need the money. And Trippier is gonna decrease in value. He's also increasing in age. So you're certainly not gonna get this again. And United really need that right back. Now, if United go and get a different right back, let's say they're fucking tired of waiting. Tired of waiting for Trippier, and they go get like Max Aarons or something mad like that, then Atletico Madrid won't even get that money at all, because people will just wait for the end of his contract. So very difficult there. But I do fear. Well, I don't fear anything actually. I frankly couldn't give less of a shit. But I do feel that Manchester United will get Trippier, but this is going to be a deadline day signing. This is going to be a signing that happens so late on that it's unreal. That it is unreal. You will get him. I think it's just going to take such a long time. Out and Out Gunners podcast, Plymouth and United, two worst clubs on the planet. Hey, I've been nice to you, Arsenal, but I do pity Arsenal. I do pity Arsenal fans, because what Arsenal need is me. What you need is someone who's going to be ruthless. Mikel Arteta is not ruthless. You need me, right? I will win you trophies. I will get you back into top four, and I will sell half your deadwood. I'm also going to punch Conke in the face and steal his bank card so I can go and have a party and go get some players I like. So, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to be a dick and bring in Haaland, I'll be like, I'll have Mason Greenwood, thank you very much. Bring Mason to the Emirates. I'll have a front three of Saka, Greenwood, Martinelli, or Saka, Pepe, Greenwood, or, mix it up like that. So Arsenal need to employ me. So maybe you need to go back to you Arsenal fans. Go get them all to sit around the table and discuss, because you need me. What you do is you need me. Club is too Americanized, mate. It's gone now. It's not gone. You need me. You need someone who isn't American, right? Now, I'm not American. I'm about as British as you can get. Quite like a beer. Quite like my fish and chips as well. And, I don't like this Love Island crap either. So, I'm definitely British. So you need me. Arsenal fans, you need me. That's what you need. You need someone who's going to be ruthless and tell Xhaka to leave. You're going to need someone to tell El Neni to leave. Rob Holding to leave. I'm also going to bring William Saliba back. Look, I'm going to be doing a stream very soon about how to fix Arsenal if I were in charge, and you lot tell me what you think. It's also realistic. I'm not going to say you nearby Griezmann, Messi, Ronaldo, because that's unrealistic. We're going to do it realistically. But, you know, make sure you do watch that. It will be a really good one. And I'll say how you can fix Arsenal. Arteta does not have a plan B. Mate, he doesn't even have a plan A. The best bit with Arteta, he wants to play out from the back, but his best ball playing defender is out on loan. You make that make sense to me, and I'll give you a fiver. If you come on here and tell me how Arsenal's best ball playing centre-back is out on loan, you tell me how that makes sense in terms of how Arteta likes to play football, I'll give you a fiver. FYI, it's not possible. For Arteta, who wants to play out from the back, he's made that very clear. You can see that. What do you need? We need someone with good long ball accuracies, someone who can pass the ball and have good pass accuracy. Hello? William Saliba has all of that. Yeah, he's out on loan. Again, make that make sense. Come on here, tell me how that makes sense. I'll give you a fiver. Trust me, you won't. Trippier over Wan-Bissaka. Arsenal don't really want to spend on decent proven players. They don't need to. One of them is at their club on loan. William Saliba is an Arsenal player on loan. You don't need to go buy a proven player. Also, they're looking at James Maddison, so that sort of, you know, chucks out of the wind just a little bit. Velvishwan is tired, apparently, who's just finished work. But that's on Trippier. Look, this one is going to be right at the end of the window, as we do expect. Yeah, the amount, I'll sort that out in a second. Well, not a second, I'll do it another time. Remind me when I'm not live and I'll do it. But let's talk Erling Haaland to Chelsea. Obviously, as we now know, this one is a done deal that's not happening. It's a done deal that is not happening. That's what I mean. It's a done deal, it's not happening. That's the done bit. The done bit is it's not happening. The deal bit, they're getting Lukaku. So, what do we know? Well, what we do know is, what's his name? Fabrizio's mate. Who's his mate? Oh, I'm going to have to go find it again. I'm going to have to go find it. It's really annoying. I might not even... Is it Fortov? Yanag Fortov? I think that's his name. Has he reported this? Come on. Fabrizio, you normally retweet his crap. Come on. Jan Arg Fortov. That's the one. That's the one. That's the one. But what do we know about Erling Haaland? Well, Jan has spoken. Fjortov. That's how I was saying. Fjortov. So, he has tweeted, Dortmund have not moved from their position. As I reported 2 months ago and confirmed by Dortmund, Sama last week, only a crazy offer could change their position. Dortmund know they will lose money by waiting, but calculating that, Haaland will get them Champions League money. And don't forget, I said this about 2 weeks ago. I was sat playing FIFA one night, and it came to me. Not like I'd seen the light. I'd seen the light. It wasn't like that, but I was sort of thinking, and I was even playing with a bit of Haaland. You know, I love a bit of Haaland on FIFA sometimes. So I thought about it, and I was like, hold up a minute, hold up. Haaland losing money, because I did think about it. I thought, how do they lose the money? How do they lose that money? I'm not sure what Liam is showing me in the back. Absolutely no idea. I've no idea. Send it to me in DMs, Liam. But yeah, basically, I was having a little think, and I was like, Haaland losing money next summer, because they will lose money. There's no doubt about that. What could possibly be the logic of Dortmund sitting there and be willing to lose this money on Haaland? And then it came to me. Champions League. What do they get if they keep Haaland this summer? Well, guaranteed Champions League next summer. Guaranteed to have Champions League next season. Now, that's straight away probably 15, 16 million quid in their back pockets. Right? So you add that onto 75. So we're looking at about 90 million now. Right? But that's not all. They've got it for this summer. So they've got this season's Champions League. So that's another lot. That's 105. Now, if they get out the groups of both of them, that's an extra 10 million each year. Well, this season anyway. So that's an extra 10. So that's 110 million. If you get past the round of 16, that's probably another 15. These are all rough estimates, of course. So that takes that to 125. You're only losing 25 million quid. Now, that may sound a lot, but you're not losing an awful lot of money. Dortmund were never in any rush to do this deal. And they were never too bothered. Because what Dortmund view is they don't care too much about the money. Now, from a business sense, it's mad. Absolutely mad. Because you do take a bit of a risk. Because what if Haaland doesn't get a Champions League? What if that happens, right? So you do have to think about that as a risk. But they did it with Lewandowski. They value more about what they do on the pitch and what they do business-wise. They have that money. They have the money. Look at Sancho. They could have got 110 million, sold him for 73. So this isn't the first time. It won't be the last time Dortmund lose money on the player. Because that's just Dortmund's setup. It's how Dortmund do it. So yeah, this is pretty much off. It is off. But also, what is interesting about this, Borussia Dortmund rejected a bid. They rejected 130 million euros from Chelsea last week. The Germans would prefer to lose Haaland for 75 million next summer. So they're rejecting. They rejected it already. So Dortmund are in no rush, and they're happy to do it next summer. They're not happy. I'm sure no team is overly excited about losing their star player, but they're happy to do it next year. So this guy is not going to be in that shirt next summer. And anyone who did buy that shirt with his name on and the number 9, yeah, unfortunately, a lot of clubs don't do a refund policy. Oops. Some comments here. Johnny in the mud needs to return the Haaland Chelsea shirt now. Yeah, you can't. It is quite funny though. It was very certain it would happen, but it didn't. Arsenal with that, with what they like to buy these days now, just gonna survive in the Prem and not challenge for anything. I'm not even sure. One of my friends got Haaland shirt. It's pronounced Liverpool are the best. Come back to me when you sign a midfielder and we'll talk. Haaland is staying in Germany. Dortmund are clever. They need Chelsea's fans. They need Chelsea fans. Going to buy Haaland shirts. You know what I mean? But yeah, but Chelsea fans bought Chelsea shirts with Haaland on the back. So Dortmund don't make a profit out of that. No one was buying Dortmund shirts with Haaland on the back. They were buying Chelsea shirts with Haaland on the back. Big difference. Big difference. But staying on the topic of Erling Haaland, because this is something that could happen next summer. Now, I'm going to give my very strong opinion on this, because I do have a very strong opinion on this. Let me sit this way. It'll be easier. So, why would I think this is a terrible idea for Manchester United? Well, I'll continue. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the inaugural football director, John Myrtle, have mutually agreed Erling Haaland is their striker priority. This is next summer, of course. So, why is this a terrible idea? Well, number one, his agent is Mino Raiola. Do you really want to deal with Mino Raiola again? Have you learnt nothing from your time with Paul Pogba? Have you learned nothing? Nothing. How dumb can you be? Do you like torture? Do Manchester United like the torture? Like, fuck my life. You might as well just say that you are into domination, because that is what you're doing. Every time you get into bed with Mino Raiola, you're literally being spanked very hard on the butt cheeks in public. It's a disgrace. Frankly, a disgrace. So, that's number one. Number two, how much is he going to cost on wages? How much are you going to have to give his dad? How much are you going to have to give Mino Raiola himself? Think about it. You're paying 75 million. Cool. Agent fees. The dad's going to want to cut as well. And the wages. It's hardly going to be fucking chocolate teapot money, is it? No. We're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds. Ridiculous money. Because you're not just on your own. Oh, no, 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 no. You have got Barcelona. You've got Real Madrid. You've got PSG, Man City, Chelsea, Bayern Munich. You've got all of these big teams. What are they going to do? They're going to pay wages. They're going to up their wages. They'll be like, man, you'll give you this. We'll do this. We'll give your dad extra money. Right? There's going to be a competition. The price is going to go up and up and up and up and up until you're at the top of Mount Everest. And then the team that does sign him might go financially cripple themselves. So they're going to fall off Mount Everest with no fucking harness on. Dumb as shit. Dumb as shit. Now, that's two reasons. Reason number three, you have your own fucking generational talent at Old Trafford. You have your own. Mason Greenwood is a generational talent. What he can do with a ball is incredible. At the age of 19, the fact that he can use both feet, the fact he's regarded as one of the best talents in the Premier League by everyone. A madness. Absolute fucking madness, right? So, why would you go spend all of that money on Haaland when you have Greenwood? Makes no sense. So, if I'm a United fan, I want that money spent on that midfield. I want a world-class CDM. I want a goalkeeper or a right back or, anything. What I don't want is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to go spaff all of this money up on Erling Haaland, and then guess what? Bang! You're falling off Mount Everest. You waste all of this money because, my lord, the amount of big clubs that can get Erling Haaland next summer is going to be if through the roof. PSG, City, Chelsea. That's just the English clubs. It's a madness. Absolute madness. I literally reopened the stream and the first thing I heard was Mason Greenwood is a generational talent. Well, it is true. Now, I'll take your Greenwood fan cap off for a minute. Haaland is miles clear. Right now he is, yes. Who's to say in the future Greenwood doesn't overtake him? Now, my theory behind this is if Manchester United go and sign Erling Haaland and Chelsea or City, let's say City don't land Harry Kane. Let's say they don't get Harry Kane. Let's say Lukaku isn't the permanent option. Let's say Lukaku's there for 3-4 years. What's to say that one of those two don't pick up Mason Greenwood? What's to say that Manchester City or Chelsea don't go, I'll take Mason Greenwood. You've got Erling Haaland. We'll take Greenwood off your hands if you want. We'll give Greenwood time. We'll give him game time. And what's to say that Mason Greenwood doesn't just walk into Chelsea and start absolutely ripping up the league? How dumb are United? And most importantly, how dumb is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer going to look? If Greenwood went to a Chelsea or went to a City, or dare I say even a fucking Liverpool, what if he were to go to one of those three clubs and rip shit up? What if he was to do that? What if Mason Greenwood went to one of those three clubs and started banging in 20, 30 goals a season? He'd be done. Ollie would be done. His career would be over because United fans would be fucking raging, especially if Erling Haaland doesn't start hitting it in the Premier League. Dare I say, even flops, which is a fucking possibility. I mean, Drogba flopped in his first season. He also had a world-class manager near him, so he was going to always succeed. What's to say, dare I say, Erling Haaland flops in the Premier League? What if you've had to let Mason Greenwood leave because he's about to punch Ollie in the face or something, and he goes to Chelsea? So here's a scenario. Thomas Tuchel wins the Premier League with right. What if Thomas Tuchel wins the trophy of Chelsea? Well, and Lukaku, he's done all right, but, you know, Tuchel does want an extra body or wants to play with two up front, dare I say, even play with a false nine or, you know, do the two up front and not play a 4-4-2. Dare I say, Thomas Tuchel goes to a 4-4-2. Right? Manchester United go all out for Erling Haaland. Cool. Right? Now, you've got Erling Haaland. Now, what if Greenwood publicly says, I want to leave now? You have disrespected me. You got Sancho on the right, you got Rashford on the left, Haaland up front. Where Greenwood fits in so that he can get the adequate game time he needs, beyond me. Doesn't happen. So, what if Greenwood publicly says, I want to leave? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is ruining my career. I want to leave. United have to sell then. United have to sell. Right? So, Greenwood ends up at Chelsea. So Thomas Tuchel goes, fuck me, I want Greenwood. Right? I would love to bring Mason Greenwood to Chelsea, he says. So they do that. Then Mason Greenwood starts scoring 20, 30 goals. Right? Guess what? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's career is in danger. United fans ain't going to be happy, especially if Erling Haaland flops at United, which, to be frankly honest, with the way they play football, very high possibility Erling Haaland flops. Very easily flops. So, you know, very, very strange on that one. I just don't think it would happen. Okay, but you can't run a Premier League team on ifs. Every transfer is an if. You buying Erling Haaland is an if. Well, if he works out. Timo Werner, if. Havertz, if. None of these are concrete. Transfers are all about ifs and buts. They all are. Because you don't know what's going to happen. No one could have told me at the start of the season that Timo Werner would flop. Maybe flop's a harsh word. No one could have told me Timo Werner was going to miss more chances than Manan. Right? No one. No one could have told me that. Everyone thought Timo would do a great job in the Premier League. No one could have told me that. Every transfer is about ifs and buts. If they work out, it's a great bit of business. If they don't work out, it's a bad bit of business. All transfers are about ifs and buts. That's how transfers work. Because you don't know exactly what's going to happen. No one could have told me Bruno Fernandes was going to do that at Manchester United when he arrived. That was all ifs and buts. It was all ifs and buts. All ifs and buts. No transfer is concrete. You don't know exactly what's going to happen. You don't know how they're going to fit in. You don't know how they're going to play. You don't know how they're going to maybe make that step up. Dan James, clear example. Dan James. Everyone thought maybe there is a bit of talent there. No one could have told me he turned out to be shit. So, you know, that's what transfers are about. It's the magic of the transfer window. Just watch Grealish park back. What if one of those clubs buy Haaland and he does that? That'd be different, wouldn't it? Now, thoughts on Everton's record signing? What is Everton's record signing? But this is all it. What if? But that's, as I say, that's what all transfers are about. Right now, Haaland is clear. Yes. But Greenwood does have a very, very high ceiling. People forget that far too easily. He's got a higher ceiling than Foden, for fuck's sake. It's true. Greenwood has a higher ceiling than Foden. Mad. That one, no. They play two different positions. Werner, he's not bad, but didn't adapt well last season. Hopefully, will this season be better? Maybe. Long term, no. Well, no. In both elements, no, because Messi ain't the right winger anymore. So you couldn't put Ronaldo on the wing. Fuck me. He's fit and all that, but he ain't a winger anymore. Haaland will end up playing for Real Madrid now. That makes sense. But let's talk lastly about Xhaka. Let's move on to Xhaka. This one very quick. I just need to read something out basically because who needs to really talk about this apart from Arsenal's even more in the mud than they normally are. Granit Xhaka is close to signing a new long-term contract with Arsenal after Roma failed to increase their offer for the midfielder. Football London understands. Xhaka was persuaded to stay at Arsenal by manager Mikel Arteta in January 2020, with a move to Hertha Berlin in advanced stages after a 28-year-old agreed terms with the Bundesliga side. The former Borussia Mönchengladbach captain, who is also admired by his former club, is happy in London and recently became a father for the second time, informed Roma boss Jose Mourinho, who of course Jose Mourinho was very keen to bring Xhaka to Roma. Basically, Xhaka sort of rung him up and went, look, I've been given a new contract. I'm just going to accept a new contract. Roma can't get me. They're not going to offer me the money, or they're not offering Arsenal the money. I'm just going to sign that new deal at Arsenal. So that's really on Xhaka. So what I'm going to do now for the last 19 minutes of the show, before I go play more of my racing game around Suzuka, there is no late show tonight. We're taking a week off. We'll be back with that next week. Obviously previewing the season, and we've got a really interesting one to do next week, so going to be a really good one. So make sure you do join us next Tuesday 11:30. So link is in the chat. What are we talking about tonight? For those who haven't seen, want to get involved, we're talking Jack Grealish staying at Aston Villa, Kieran Trippier going to Manchester United, Erling Haaland to Chelsea is off, Erling Haaland to United is apparently on, and Xhaka signed a new deal. Madness, really. But we are joined by Liam, Kenny, and Lewis. How are we all doing, guys?
Doing very well. Best I've done for a few days.
Nice. What about you, Liam? How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, you.
Yeah, I'm good. What about you, Kenny?
I'm doing decent, yeah.
Nice. So, Liam, we'll start with you, mate. What did you want to talk about?
Say again? Sorry, I was opening some quiz. Say again?
It's all right, mate. So I'll start with you. What did you want to talk about today?
I want to talk about, is it Trippier to United, correct?
Yeah, Kieran Trippier to United.
I mean, that deal could work, but in my eyes, I don't see it. As much as I want it to happen, but I don't see it. For me, would he start ahead of Wan-Bissaka? Probably. Who knows? But to be honest, I don't see the deal happening. Yeah. Depends how much they offer him for Trippier, you know, at the moment.
So United have just basically slapped 20 million euros on the table and went, here's your money. We're not making any other bid. Take it or leave it. So, and look, the Trippier bit, there is a debate if he starts with Wan-Bissaka, and that's precisely what United need. They need to start that debate with Wan-Bissaka because he needs a kick up the ass. He's far too safe because he's turned into shite. Absolute utter garbage. He's warm garbage. All right. They need to get that competition in. I think Kieran Trippier is a backup at minimum. Vast improvement on what you got already in Brandon Williams or Diego Dalot.
Yeah. 100%.
What do you make of the price?
Yeah, very good price to be honest. I mean, better than 50 million for Maguire, isn't it? I mean, 20 million if we get it, must be a bargain for me. 20 million.
100%. Ravi says, Liam, please turn up your volume. It already is at full. Liam just has a really... It's very quiet, Liam's end. You just learn to love it. Jay says, good night, folks. See you all tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we have got the Argyle show at 8 p.m. I still don't know what we're doing. I need ideas for this week. I really do. We'll work it out. We'll probably do a lot of we'll probably talk a lot about what sort of happened over the club over that time. But Kenny, we'll go to you next. What did you want to talk about?
I was going to talk about Grealish, but seeing as Lewis is on, I'll let him talk about that. So I will talk about both Haaland news. Haaland to Chelsea is off. I always thought it was off. He would be great at Chelsea. Also, I think Lukaku's a very good player who would also transform Chelsea. He's proven in the Premier League as well. But at United, I sort of agree with Nali because we have Mason Greenwood, who's here for free. He's from our youth academy. Next summer he could be ready to take a step up. My personal opinion is that I don't think Haaland would transform us that much. I think next summer is probably, if we get the signing this summer that we need, like a DM and Trippier, then I think next summer is probably all about backups and then maybe one marquee signing, but mostly just depth, really. So next summer, a backup striker is certainly needed because Cavani is leaving, Martial could be leaving, and there's still a debate going on whether he's a striker or not. Of course, now thinks he's a left winger. Man, I still mixed. I'm not seeing him.
No, he is a left winger. That is factually true. Martial is no longer a striker. No way. His abilities with back to goal is some of the worst I've ever seen in anyone. I can play with my back to goal better than he does. It is abysmal, especially if United are moving away from this counter-attacking side you've been with for about the last 3 years. This counter-attacking style certainly won't. If you're going to move to dominating the ball, dominating possession, and being on the front foot, Martial's even more fucked up front. Because he can't play with his back to goal. He loves a good counter-attack. If United aren't going to be counter-attacking teams anymore and you're dominating the ball, he's useless.
Yeah, I mean, that is somewhat true, to be fair. But, yeah, I mean, we do need a backup striker next summer. But I don't think we need a Haaland, because what Haaland would do, it would make Greenwood basically useless, really, because even if we were to be able to play on the left wing, we've got Rashford there, we've got Haaland at striker position, and we've got Sancho at right wing. Now, all Greenwood would turn into is just, if Sancho gets injured, if Haaland gets injured, then it'll be your chance. Which I don't think Greenwood would take, to be honest. I think he would walk out the door. I mean, we've got a player who's literally done that before. Jadon Sancho. He was offered a ton of money at City, I think. I believe he was offered that similar role, and he left to Dortmund. And he left to Dortmund. Guess what? We really got a player like that. So I don't really want a Haaland that much. Because
Danny Ings would be perfect for United. Someone who's happy to sit on the bench, could do a job in some games, would be a decent backup. If let's say Greenwood got injured, Danny Ings could easily do a job for United. I've no doubt about that. Danny Ings would be your perfect striker, or Calvert-Lewin. One of them two. Just pick them up.
Ings is also quite experienced as well, which is
very experienced, which would also help with Greenwood because he would have spent 2 years learning off Cavani. He would have even spent a year off. Probably was he? Yeah, he was training with Ibrahimovic when Ibra was at United. So he would have had a year learning from Ibrahimovic. He would have had 2 years from Cavani. Don't forget, his manager's also Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who wasn't too shabby in front of goal either. So you got all of these elements. Greenwood should be given that number 9 position before you look at trying to bring in someone else. Out of being fair, and you know, if United have improved, surely this whole we're going to develop young players, bring them through. Greenwood is your best young player by far. So if you're going to implement that, Greenwood has to stay at United and has to fight for a main spot in the United side.
I mean, yeah, exactly. I do completely agree with that. And I think Greenwood next summer he should be able to step up really because, I mean,
Yeah.
really, he's the first season he really broke through. Was 1920 was great when he came in.
Yeah.
Last
Well,
season,
yeah, when he was 17, yeah.
last season, second half of the season, he absolutely burst into. And don't forget, first half of the season, he was only bad because of all those things going on in his life. I really felt sorry for him.
Well, yeah, he had obviously that Iceland incident where then he was racially attacked by mainly the Daily Mail. Then you had obviously his best mate dying or killing himself, committing suicide. So he had that to deal with. And don't forget, the second season is always the most difficult season for a young player because they get so the first year teams don't really know what they're getting. They don't really know the player that they're up against. No one really knew what Greenwood was about. No one knew he could spin left backs into fucking dinner time. No one knew he could put a left back on the floor and start shooting from distance and cutting in on his left and terrorizing defenses like they were fucking, nothing, like they weren't there. No one knew Greenwood could do that. Second season, we know what Greenwood wants to do. He's gonna run at you, cutting on his left, shoot, go. Right, well, how do we do that? You stop him from cutting in. And they did that with success. And they're always going to do that. Every young player has that. The second season, it's always the most difficult because teams know what they're up against. Right? Managers know what to do. They've studied you. Right? When you come in as a young player, managers don't really know you because they don't study your youth. Right? No manager is sat there like, you know what, we're going to study Manchester United's youth just in case they've got a player coming through that we need to deal with. No team has that time. Right? It's all about opposition and what is that opposition going to do now? They're not thinking Greenwood's a danger until he's a danger. So now they know he's a danger, they study him. So Greenwood's had to learn to add more arrows to his bow. Now, what's helped Greenwood is Cavani. You've seen it straight away. Greenwood scored his first headed goal last season. Who the fuck taught him that? Well, I'll give you a bloody good hint. Edison Cavani, the most lethal striker this world has seen in very recent years. In the last 15 years, Cavani's been at the top. It's been incredible. Year in, year out, he's incredible. He'll score with his head. I mean, the man looks like every time he comes out, he looks like he's from the fucking, Iron Ages. He's about to put his fucking shit on and go about. Like, he genuinely very old school. Where's Greenwood learned all of his movement? Ollie and Cavani. No one else in that club has that movement. So where's he learned it from? Ollie and Cavani. So Greenwood's had to learn, as all young players do. Like, all young players need it. Rashford had it. Like, every young player gets marked out in their second season. Everyone, all the professionals tell you second season is the hardest. Because teams know what they're up against. So I do agree with you, and you make a good point. But I do want to go to Lewis because I suppose the biggest news is actually that Jack Grealish could be staying at Aston Villa. What do you make of that? Do you believe that? Firstly,
yes, because I got it from I heard it from a Sky Sports report, and I do find them very reliable. Yes, Sky Sports can come up with some not very reliable sources, or they can find things from unreliable sources. But yeah, I believe it, and I'm not saying that just to relax just relax myself about the possibility of leaving. I mean, yes, that's part of it, but because I firmly believe there's a big possibility Grealish can stay. And as much as I will find it tough for him to leave, I think he should leave for his career. And I think many people will agree with me. Yes, many people will disagree with me. But this is his highest market value. And he will probably slowly decline in his value because he's getting past that mid-20 section wise in his age.
Mhm.
But it's massive for Villa fans, and it's massive for myself, because should we keep him, I firmly believe we have one of the best attacks in the Premier League this season, with Grealish, Bailey, Buendia, Watkins. I firmly believe we can really help ourselves should we keep Grealish. Because for me personally, he's one of the best in the league by a mile. I don't know how many people agree with me, but honestly, this is the biggest news that's came out in a while for Villa fans, and should we keep him, it's massive. It's absolutely massive.
Yeah, no, I'd absolutely agree with you there. I think you look at the success that Villa get with Jack Grealish. You just look at the win rate. The win rate tells you everything you need to know in terms of.
We saw it last season. As soon as he got injured.
Yeah. I mean, you just every time Villa played without Grealish, it's like, fuck me, what's this Villa side? Like, I don't even know it. So yeah, of course there is a strong sort of reason to keep him. Now, there's also a thing of he could lead you. No, you get him Leon Bailey, you got Grealish. If you've got Buendia, Ollie Watkins. I mean, you're creating one of the most fearsome attacks in the league. I firmly believe that. I mean, Ollie Watkins is a bit dodgy, but it's only because he came through the Exeter City Youth Academy, so don't expect me to like him too much. Leon Bailey's a huge talent. Buendia's a huge talent, and well, Jack Grealish, he's all right, isn't he? So you've got 4 players there that is going to cause hell for most teams, and then further back, obviously, you just sort that midfield out. Get yourself a couple of central midfielders that could do their job.
There is
but you still need more.
There's some rumours that we are looking to put another bid in for Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, that would be a good signing.
But we are 50 million.
But you're also not getting him. Let's just cut the crap. You're not getting James Ward-Prowse. You've got more chance of me being in a committed relationship with Beyonce.
Just gonna
and the last time I checked, me and Beyonce, we weren't talking ever. So there is no chance that you're getting James Ward-Prowse. But you do have Konza, you got Martinez in goal. You've got a really good spine now. Keep Grealish, and you are laughing your way to at least top 6, surely. And
there's
it's a good manager as well.
Me personally, there's no excuses. We keep Grealish and we don't get York. I want Smith out.
They
should be no excuse.
But it's very difficult. Like, very difficult. Arsenal, right, so straight away, the top 4 next season: United, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, in no particular order.
Yeah.
The top 6 are more, the 2 in there. So Leicester are definitely going to be in there. There's no doubt about that. It's 1 spot. Now, you're fighting for it. Spurs are fighting for it. If they keep Harry Kane, they're definitely a shout.
Okay, maybe.
Arsenal have just started spending. So Arsenal could be a shout for it next summer or next season. You've got you guys. So that's 3 of you. West Ham might, but I think that'll be really difficult.
I don't think they'll turn up. Well, they'll turn up, but not that season.
I just think they won't have the squad depth, to challenge for it. They've got European football to deal with as well. So there's a lot of teams challenging for these top 6 spots. And 5 of them are already taken. So that's 3 of you, maybe 4 of you, fighting for 1 spot.
Yeah. Well, 2
very difficult.
2 technically, there is that other one.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, Conference League, albeit, but no one really counts Conference League as European competition.
I mean,
that's a bit like us counting the Papa John's Trophy as a major honour. It's not a major honour.
I mean, that's the only thing that scares me about the squad depth. Because
you get a couple of injuries to key players, you're fucked. But so are Leicester, so are West Ham, so are Spurs, so are Arsenal, so are fucking United at this rate. I mean, if they lose all their wing backs, well, if they apparently Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, and Tellez all injured. So if they lose all of them,
well, yeah.
United are on a different level of garbage. If they get injuries to Bruno Fernandes and Sancho, I don't even want to comprehend what happens to United, apart from
Greenwood?
well, yeah, but cool. But who's replacing Bruno? What, Lingard?
Lingard.
I don't think so.
Van de Beek.
I like Lingard, but he ain't fucking Bruno. Same with Donny van de Beek. He also don't play a really 10. Ollie's bulked him up too much now. I mean, Donny van de Beek is now a beast. Have you seen him? He looks like fucking Shrek. Looks a bit of a. He looks like a cuter Shrek. Like that's genuinely what his muscles now. He's what's happened is he's clearly done what Mason Greenwood did over lockdown, which is bulk himself right up. Absolutely bulked himself right up. So probably couldn't even play the 10 anymore, realistically. DC says McGinn, James or Prowse would be nice. Now, I thought you were dating Beyonce. I'm not dating Beyonce. Now, thoughts on Everton's record signing. What is their record signing? Who is it?
Oh yeah! Oh no! It's a oh no! Do not. It's a bad player. Bad player. Do not. Do not.
No.
It's obviously Sigurdsson, isn't it?
Yeah.
No.
do not discuss it.
No.
I actually think that Grealish staying at Villa would be better for his career because I think that it's not just because at Villa he can earn legendary status. Of course, at City he can win trophies. Well, let's be honest. At City, he isn't going to start week in, week out, is he?
Well,
yeah, but Kenny, you're just repeating what I just said. So yeah, you wanted to say something, Lewis?
Yeah. So as I guess some people don't know, Villa are playing Sevilla on Saturday. I'm after that, and that will be because it's should Grealish stay. Obviously, it will be decided this week, and obviously things will be sorted by Friday, whatever way it is, because it was given a 1 week deadline. Should we keep Grealish? As much as he probably won't play on Saturday, Villa Park, I personally, for me, I think it'll be buzzing because obviously we've kept our best player and we won't have that. Like, I feel like if nothing's been sorted and we don't know the status of him yet, I think it won't be flat, but it won't be as loud as I know Villa Park can be, and I feel like it just won't be the same. As much as Grealish won't play on Saturday, I wouldn't think should he be staying. I feel like once we know,
what are you trying to say? Because last time I checked, pre-season atmospheres weren't bouncing stadiums. I can assure you of that.
I don't mean like how we'll be in the Premier League. I feel like if we know Grealish is secured, we'll be a bit more happier going into the
I don't
season.
think it matters.
Yeah,
really doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Right? Villa fans will be bouncing anyway. I mean, they're just
we are.
They're just a different breed.
I can't wait.
But
I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it will be good. It will be good. Oh my God! Just realised we just rejected 10 million because we won 20.
Where from? Dortmund.
FSGN.
Where
I was praising Villa. Fuck knows. But we are
Shut up.
going to wrap it up there because I'm at Suzuka at the moment. Not literally, but I want to be. And I'm trying to fend off Sebastian Vettel, and it's quite difficult. He's being a cunt. So we are going to wrap it up there. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and with notifications on. Check out our socials: Twitter Let's Talk EPL, Instagram Let's Talk EPL _, and Instagram Let's Talk EPL. But you copy and everything else says you spa.
Maybe I was listening. Maybe I wasn't.
So Liam, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on Twitter, Liam Percy Martin 1. YouTube is under the banner there, under my name there. Sorry. Instagram, Liam Percy Martin.
Perfect, mate. Val says, Kenny, your redemption sex yesterday with me was not good enough to win me back. So, Kenny, where can they find you?
nowhere near Velvet's bed. But you can find me at Sancho is here, Kenny TV on YouTube, where today we did League 1 and League 2 predictions with a few people. Mal was on that. And Kenny the United fan on Twitch.
Perfect. Lewis, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on Postbox on YouTube. I won't be doing videos for a while because I'm away. I might be doing a preview and after review for the Sevilla game. Just depends if I can be bothered. I don't really know what to say about that. And you can find me on Twitter at LewsPlay160.
Perfect, mate. Perfect. Next time, Kenny Spit Don't Swallow. Jesus Christ. And on that note, we are going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching, guys. And until tomorrow, peace out, guys.